Hello everyone, my name is Tori. This is my first video. I wanted to talk about my health journey that started when I was 19. I'm now 54. I've had over, I think it's around 72 surgeries at this point and hundreds of procedures. I haven't decided whether I'm going to show my face or not. I want to wait and see how this goes and if anybody's interested in hearing my story. I also want to help other people be able to have some of the knowledge that I have in the medical field myself that can help you maybe get medicines that you didn't know you could get for free, how to find good doctors and to check and make sure they have medical license. Yes, I've had doctors that did not have medical license. That's been fun. They did surgeries on me, by the way. I have 6 dogs and 3 birds. They keep me very grounded and keep me busy. They help me get through the day. One of them is a service dog for me. I can't drive very much right now, hardly at all actually. My husband has to drive me everywhere. It's been a tremendous situation. You can see my little puppy walking back and in front of the video. So you'll definitely hear them from time to time, not necessarily on regular videos, but I do plan to do lives and answer your questions and try to help you with different things that you may need some help with. Please leave comments and I'll try to answer them and help you with things like that. I also wanted to talk about how I love to craft. I craft a lot. I just actually opened a little store. My husband said, why don't you sell these things? So he went and got an LLC and said, you have no reason not to do it now. So, I can teach you how to do a few crafts and keep your mind off of your health problems. I'm a very firm believer of fake it till you make it. So I can walk out the front door and pretend like nothing's wrong with me when on the inside my body is saying, oh my God, you need help. You need to go to the ER. You need this or you need that. But I will smile and I will just keep going and act like nothing's wrong with me because I don't like people to feel sorry for me. I do struggle right now with my appearance because when I turned 37 was when my life turned really upside down. I had already had about 35 surgeries at that point, but my life really changed at 37. From 37 to 54, I feel like I look 104, and that part is hard for me. It causes me anxiety. Luckily, I'm not depressed. I mean, we all have days. Let's don't kid anybody there. But I'm not depressed. I stay very busy with my dogs. I get out of the bed every single day. I do stay in my pajamas most of the time. I don't lie about that. But I do get up and, I take care of my animals. And, I try to cook as much as I can for my husband because he does work to help pay the difference in my insurances and stuff because God knows I have a ton of insurances and things like that. He's already retired from the military once, and so we just, if you want things and you got to pay for them, unfortunately. So I craft a lot. I love crafting. I would love to show you something that maybe you would like to learn to craft and help you keep your mind off of things, because I tell you, if you get crafting, next thing you know 4 or 5 hours have gone by and you get to go to bed and you're like, oh, that's great. And it's better for you mentally not to lay in the bed and just dwell on being sick. Now, not to say that everybody can do so, because everybody's journey is different. Everybody's body is different. Everybody's struggle is different. And so therefore, maybe some just can't get out of the bed. But if you can, I'm telling you that it would do you a world of good. Ask to go to physical therapy. I like to go to physical therapy, and as long as they pay for it, I'm going to go. Like, I might not get very strong, but it keeps me accountable. It keeps me having to go, doing a little extra stuff. You get a little exercise in, and it makes me feel better overall. And so I like to go, and as long as my insurance is going to pay, I'm going to go, because you have to get up and you have to get that shower and put some clothes on to go, right? And otherwise you just stay in the pajamas. So, I have a crazy sense of humor. Some may like it and some may not. That's okay. So you guys can leave me some comments. I'll answer your questions. I can teach you how to keep a nice journal to help your doctors or to help your spouse when you get sick to the point that you can't speak. I throw up a lot. I have severe gastroparesis is one of my diagnoses. If I have to go to the ER, very rarely will I go because I know what they're going to do, so I stay home and treat it. My husband just hands my journal over, and it has a list of everything the doctors may possibly need to know so that my husband doesn't have to remember these big words that he can't pronounce, because he doesn't get to go into the doctor in the back all the time anymore. He does have to drive me these days. I don't really get to drive. Also, I don't know if you know that doctors practice without license. I had a couple do surgeries on me with no license. So I can show you how to check and see if they've got license. I can also, please don't be Dr. Google. If you Google your diagnosis, you're going to die from everything. Please don't Google things. It'll scare you so bad. It's the worst thing you can do. I had a doctor tell me that, well, when I was 19, before Google came out, he told me to stop going to the library and looking up these big words. And then when the internet came out, he says, don't get on the internet, Tori. And I was like, okay, I won't. And I don't. And all these years later, I don't. And I'm glad that I don't, because everything will tell you you're going to die. Go to the ER, you're going to die. So don't do it unless there's something specific about it, that a diagnosis that you're trying to look up. What do you do, or how do you eat, or things like that. Something that you truly know is what is wrong with you. That's a whole different story. I have 3 medical devices that I have to survive. My situation is very unique. I couldn't get through my life without my dogs and my husband, that's for sure. I'm lucky that I do have that support. I only have a son as far as family, and he's a few hours away, but he calls every day and checks on me. And life, it's hard if you don't have a great support system. So I would like for us to be a good support system for each other, and to be able to help each other with questions. And we can agree to disagree with things, but we can be kind to each other, because we need to be kind to each other in the world that we live in today. So please don't argue with each other in the comments. If you leave any, just agree to disagree, and I will get back with you. We'll do days on with questions and answers. I also would like to show you how to do some crafts that you might have wanted to learn, at some point and never have. And, maybe I can help you learn to do those things. I don't mind a bit. Short of going to the doctor, that's what I do all day. I just hope we can build a nice little community and have some fun. And I'm not trying to tell you my story to have a pity party, because I'm not that person in any way, shape, or form. I'm a very kind of happy-go-lucky and fake it till I make it kind of person. So if you didn't know I was sick, you wouldn't know I was sick. I'm not gonna say anything. I'm just gonna pretend like all is well, and I'm gonna keep on going. I don't like people to say, "Oh, I feel so sorry for you. Your life must suck." Like, really? Thanks. So nobody needs to hear that. You want to feel normal. You want to feel like a human being, right? And we deserve to feel like a human being, whether we're sick or not. So if you want to stick around, I'm going to do these in episodes, like episode 1, 2, 3, 4, so on, so that if you happen to run across like episode 4 and you're like, what is she talking about? You can go back to episode 1 and listen to the story if you're interested. And you'll be able to keep up with how things are going. And depending on how many people are interested, we'll do, like I said, some question and answers and stuff. But if you want to leave comments, I'll be glad to answer the questions. I will always be there as much as I can. There are days where obviously I'm very much under the weather and I can't do things, but I will always get back to you at some point. I look forward to this, and I hope that I find some people that need some support, or just want to see what it's like for someone who was young and had her life just swept out from under her in a weird way. I was glad that I was taught very well as far as like have life insurance, do all these things. I owned a home. I had everything going for me. I was a single mother. I found out when I was pregnant that I was really sick, and that was when I was 19. I had had 30 some, almost 35 surgeries, I believe. By the time I was 37, which was when they said, Victoria, you can no longer work anymore. And that was when my life really changed. You know, I lost everything. That was really hard. But you scrape yourself up, you pick yourself up off the ground, and you keep going. I was lucky enough to find an amazing husband, even though I was sick, that takes really good care of me. I don't know what I would do without him. And so, you know, your life is not over really. It just kind of feels like it sometimes. We just have to laugh it through and keep going. I'm going to get off here tonight, and I hope that you'll leave me a comment and let me know if you're interested in hearing my story, so I just don't waste my time, because my doctors have suggested that it would be good for me, it would be good for them, so that if I educated other people on how to do things, that it would be better for you guys to get better types of health care because of how I keep organized. And I hope that that will, you know, I'm able to share those things with you. I look forward to speaking to you guys again, and I hope you have a great night. Thank you.